Good morning. My name is Cheryl Herky, and this is my channel. I thought I would come on before I leave to go to the gym and talk about my weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. We went to kind of a farm activity with the kids to look at animals and hold baby animals, and it was kind of cute. And they were exhausted, strawberry picking, all that. They were exhausted. It was just a good day. The next day I went to church, and I've never been to the big tent. I've always watched them online or gone to a service Wednesday night over at the Global Vision Church. But this was quite the experience because it is just a big tent and no frills. But wow, what powerful people who are just trying to do what God's will. And they are patriots. And I love that about them. They're trying to help. They were talking about it on Sunday where they were going to spend and send a $15,000 tent to the border to just teach the Bible to the people who are coming across the borders, hoping to win them for Christ, including the people who were the mules. So this is the kind of thing I love hearing about, that we're not just laying down and letting them take over. We are doing things that matter. And I went out intently to find Michael Smith because I knew he was going to that church. And he does the movie that came out probably a year or so ago. A lot of you may know about it. But he actually has a website now, outofshadows.org. And you can view his movie on that. And I was thinking back about that movie. I remember, goodness, it was probably last summer, early summer, when it came out, before it was blocked by everything. And before we were all blocked by Facebook, Twitter, all these places. That I sent it to my sons, and both of them were great movie buffs and also people who love Batman. And because he was working on Batman, it gave him some credibility with the young people. And I remember at that time when we just had a tsunasis of people who were younger coming on board because of that movie. So I don't think I can post it. I've said it. If you would like to have information about it and you didn't write down the website, my email address is CHERYLSINTEL@gmail.com. And I'll send you all of my research, but I put him on today's Intel because it's such a good meeting. Also, he has a store. And you can buy things like Think Critically, which my son says all the time now. And I realize it's because of that movie. And I listened to it today before I started thinking about leaving the house. And I remembered that's one of the first times that someone with credibility was talking about MK Ultra. That was someone with credibility who was talking about how Hollywood as a cult, and that they do things that they shouldn't do. Also, that was the first time that they brought on people who were in the news world that now have been blocked, who were talking about it all. And the children portion of what was going on in Hollywood and among the elites in our government, and how it's just a big old party and we're not a part of it. And it's not funny. But we are to the point where I think now, because of that movie, a lot of people are aware of the activity done with children and all the ancillary activities. And I think we're just about to the end of finding people, because I talk to people all the time. In fact, that's usually how I try to red pill. Once they realize that I'm crazy anyway. So that I just go right for that subject and I talk about it, because I'm a mother. I'm a grandmother. This upsets me to the core. It's one of the reasons I woke up is, children. This is all about the children. So I encourage you, if you haven't seen it in a while, watch it again. And send it to a whole new wave of people who might be influenced by seeing that movie again. And we have gone a long way in a year. That's what I noticed when I saw Michael Smith and I shook his hand and said, where we go one, we go all. we've come a long way. And I guess when you're in the middle of it, you don't realize how far you've come until you look back. So it's a movie to look back with, remind you that you're pretty smart, you know a lot of stuff, and now it's second nature to you. And maybe we need to go back and think about the reason why we are doing this, the reason why, and that might help us fight. And so the reason why we're doing this is for the children. And 45, the first thing he did when he came into office was to start that. And he did a lot of work here in America. So I just wanted to come on for a few moments before I leave. Have a blessed day. Hug someone today. Obviously, take your mask off. And, where we go one, we do go all. Stand firm. God bless.